We're live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Pages from Rock Bottom. I'm Matt, and this is Kim. And tonight we are doing From Darkness to Presence with Miss Lacey Sorrell.
Hi.
She said hi. All right, so trigger warning, everybody. We're going to be talking about addiction, mental health struggles, postpartum, depression, prescription, medication misuse, pregnancy loss, and child custody. And of course, there's probably going to be some profanity. So viewer discretion is advised, guys, for sure. He said for sure. Anyway, it's nice to see everybody. So, Lacey, thank you so much for joining us. And on such short notice, like you jumped right in there. You're like, yeah, do it.
I work well under pressure.
Yes, me too. And I love talking. So, hey, anytime I get to meet a new person, I'm in there. I'm in there. So, can you start by telling us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and where you're from?
I grew up in Nelsonville. I lived there my whole life. Now I live in Portsmouth. I've been here for the past almost 4 years. I'm a mom today. You want to know what it's like today, or just a little bit about me?
Just tell us who you are, where you're from. Yeah, just a little bit about yourself.
I'm a college student. I'm in my second year of my bachelor's degree for criminal justice. I'm leaning towards working with kids right now, maybe like juvenile probation. It's always subject to change though, so we'll see. I have a 3.5-year-old son that lives with me. I have other children. My mother has my 11-year-old son, and then I had a daughter. She's 9. She was adopted after she was born, so just trying to make up for lost time, and trying to finally be the mom that I always knew I could be.
So you said your daughter got adopted out. You said your daughter?
Yeah, she was my son. So my son's 12. He just turned 12.
Yeah, I can relate.
So she would be 10 now because he's 12. So she was like 2 years when he was about 2. It was a very foggy time in my life, for sure.
Yeah. Girl, I feel that. I have a daughter who's 23 now, and she still won't talk to me to this day. So
yeah, my son, he doesn't want, and really, he'll like say hi. Like he calls me by my first name. He'll say hi to me. He doesn't really want much to do with me. So that's a struggle. And I don't know where to start to try to build that relationship back because it's hard.
It is. It definitely is. I can relate with that too, for sure, because trying to build a relationship with a child that doesn't know you, but you feel like you know them, but you don't know them, it's difficult. So I can definitely relate with that.
Yeah, I gave my aunt custody of my daughter when she was 4 months old. Now she is 11. And we've been talking for what, 2 years?
Almost 2 years. Going on 2 years.
And I understand because it's hard for me to hear her call my aunt and uncle mom and dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, so can you start by telling us a little bit about your early life and how you first got involved with substances?
Okay. Well, I lived with me and my brother. We're about 1.5 years apart. So when I was like 5 and he was 4, we moved in with my grandparents, and which was great. We had a good life. They didn't use drugs, but I always just felt like lost. I felt like abandoned, and now that cycle, I've seen that cycle continue, but I'll get to that. So I had really bad social anxiety. I was like really shy and quiet, and it was terrible. And then I remember the first time I did anything, I found my grandma's Xanax. Well, my boyfriend at the time had told me to look through her medicine cabinet, one of those. And I read off the names and stuff, and he was like, "Yeah, that one," and it was Xanax. Yeah, he was like, "That one." And I'm like, "Why did he want that? He must have wanted, it must do something. He wanted them." And so I took one and I fell asleep, And then the next night I was like, well, I'm just going to try it again. And I didn't fall asleep. And it made me just feel like I could breathe, kind of, like I could breathe. My anxiety was gone. I could talk to people like at school. I didn't feel like awkward, and it was really over from there. Like it was that first, it was that first one, and it was over from there. I quickly became addicted to Xanax and was just robbing my grandmother blind of her pills, and just along with that, doing crazy stuff, also crazy stuff. So I ended up, when I was 15, I went to rehab for the first time. I didn't know, like, I just thought they're like being mean to me. Like, they're everybody hates me. This isn't a real issue. And it was like, now I see that. But then I was just like, I'm like a kid. Like, I'm just trying to have fun. But like it was a severe addiction from the jump. It was like, and so I went to rehab, and then I got out, and then I tried cocaine for the first time, and it just like progressively got worse, and so then I was like, when I was in, sorry, I got nervous for a second.
You're okay.
Okay. So I was in rehab twice before I was 18, which to me, that wasn't, still then I didn't think like I'm a drug addict. I never thought that. Now looking back, like it was like, that is always what I went to, that I never felt like normal if I wasn't on something,
Yeah.
I remember my buddy asking, I'm sorry, what?
You were forced into rehab. They made you get
when I was young, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. It wasn't like I would have never went, and I was just like, they're being mean, everyone's out to get me. Like it wasn't an issue. Now I see like how big of an issue it was from the beginning. Like from that first pill, I just found like something that I could escape reality a little bit.
Yeah, it probably made you feel like you belonged.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so.
I'm a very shy person also. So
I
understand that.
Yeah. I am not a very shy person.
I'm not now, but it's like I've been that shy, quiet, awkward, backwards person. Like I'm still kind of like that, but I'm not shy at all anymore. So
I still am.
He said, I still
like
am.
most time if I don't know somebody, I'm not going.
Oh, I can talk to anybody. I can talk to anybody.
Yeah, you do. But I found out you gotta get uncomfortable to get comfortable. So
you do.
Yes.
You and like right now you're doing great. You're like, sorry, I got nervous, but you're doing good. But I kind of want to go back just a little bit and ask a question. You said you wanted to live with your grandma at a very early age. Can I ask what happened with your parents?
I know that my dad is a really bad alcoholic, and my mom, she really wasn't on drugs like that. Today, she just smokes marijuana, but I think she was just like, maybe just wanted to experience being a kid, young, like when she lived with her parents, my grandparents, so her parents, when she lived with them, like they were strict. My grandpa was strict. Like we got it easy because we was their grandkids, when we lived with them, but they had it strict. So I think she just wanted to like experience being a teenager because she was 19 when she had me. So she really didn't. That's what I'm guessing. So.
Do you have a relationship with your mother today?
I do, yeah. It's like, it's good. It's okay, as good as it could be for us. But like, I don't feel like we hate each other anymore. So, we can actually talk, and she's like proud of me and stuff. So, yeah.
Did you carry resentment towards her?
I did for a long time until I repeated the same cycle, and then I was like just kind of instantly like let that go because like I can't, how can I have to hate me if I'm going to hate her too. And I don't want to hate me. And I try to work through that. And that's still one thing I do struggle with, like not being there for my kids. But I didn't not know any better at the time, you know, and oh, my light died. Sorry. And so I kind of let that resentment go. Like when the realization came, like I, repeated this cycle, and now my son lives with her. So I let that go pretty easily. But I did care for a long time. I did carry around a lot of resentment. Yeah.
Yeah. So your second rehab, you was how old?
So I went, the second time was 17.
Was it inpatient or outpatient?
Inpatient.
That's
crazy.
I know.
They wouldn't even let me go to rehab. They said being a minor in Ohio, you can't go to
Really?
rehab.
The best in Athens? It's in Athens, where I went.
Oh, yeah?
They made me go to psych ward.
I've been to one of those.
Oh, man.
So after your second rehab, did your oh my God, I lost my train of thought. Obviously it progressed afterwards. Where did you go after? What happened after your second rehab?
Okay, so then I got out. So I got out, and I was young, so I went to. I was still on juvenile probation, so I figured that when I turned 18, they would let me off. So I was going to Hawking College, and I was staying in the dorm rooms, and which was crazy because I lived literally like 5 minutes away, but I was ready to party. Like that was what I was there to do. Like that. I got my GED, but that would have been like my graduating year of high school, and I was like, we're partying, and it so then it became like, that's what it was. Like I had stopped like really doing like stuff on a daily basis, like pills and cocaine and stuff. And we was drinking. Like that's when I was partying, going, like there was a little club that all the college kids would go to. And like, we was like, so for almost a whole year, it was just like recreational drinking and then like smoking marijuana. So, and then, let me see.
The party in college.
Yeah, I never went to one class. Not one single class.
She said never made it.
I didn't. I partied.
So was that your intention when you went to college, was just to party?
Maybe not like
you was already
in the front of my head, but yeah, I already knew what it was gonna be. What it was, as soon as I seen my friend had a dorm room like right down the hall from me, I was like, it's over with. So I knew, kinda. I knew it wasn't like I knew it was not anywhere like how I'm going to school now. It wasn't even on the same level. I knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah. So you got pregnant in March of 2022 with your son, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. So March 19th, 2022, I will have, from meth and heroin, I will have 4 years clean on March 19th.
So when did you start using heroin for the first time? When was your first use with that?
Oh, let me see. So I always did like pills, perks and stuff, like nothing big. And then it was like, okay, my first time should have scared. Now I remember my first time using heroin should have scared me away, but it didn't. It really didn't. Like the girl I was with, she felt like overdosed, and this was like, I didn't even know what was going on, and like her dad like goes to call 911, and the guy that like, this is my first time ever using it, and the guy that we were with ran out of the house. He was like, I'm not gonna be here when the cops come. I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? I'm like, I've never seen anything, and they're used to that, like a Tuesday for them. They were every single one of the other people was used to that, and I was like, what's going on? And then she woke up and she tried to do the rest of her stuff, and I was like, I have to go. Like, I thought, and then thinking back now, like, that would have scared a normal person away, like, but it didn't. So I was probably like 19 when that happened, and I quickly fell in love with that.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Yeah. Same. I was a speedballer.
Yeah.
I liked them separately, but not together.
I loved them together. It was my thing, you know,
Mhm.
because I'm crazy like that.
Yeah, I say my drug of choice was heroin with a side of meth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. And I think I was more addicted to the, them together than I was anything. Because if I didn't have them together, I didn't even want to do it. I'd rather just be sick.
Oh no.
Yeah,
That's wild.
it was crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
Not me.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be sick.
I want both, or I don't
care.
But
I ain't
I was
picky.
also, yeah, I also did the Xanaxes. It's one of my drugs of choice also.
And then I was for years. I was using Subutex and Suboxone, but I was shooting them up, and that right there, that was like that caused a lot of not really severe health issues, but it just would sit in the bathroom for hours and hours trying to hit a vein, just like. It like all swelled up, like all my hands and feet looked like a corpse almost sometimes, like just from no circulation in my veins. And that was bad. That was bad for a while.
Yeah, I was in rehab with a guy. He did it for years, and like his arms were like they always looked bruised.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They like gelled up inside him, didn't circulate right.
Yeah. So at what age did you first start shooting up?
Probably like 19, to say the first time.
Yeah. I remember my first time. God, we don't even talk about my first time. It was terrible. And I don't even talk, but I did it again anyway, and I, what I mean? My first experience was not a great experience, but I did it again anyway,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, so you said you had 20 years in and out of addiction. What was that like for you?
At the time, it was just all I knew. I didn't know I knew that other people had a different life, but I didn't know how to get that. I didn't know, but it was hell. It was a lot of heartache. It was a lot of self-sabotaging. I would think I was going to do good for a little while, go to a rehab or go to STAR. I went to STAR in 2018. Go there and literally be out 5 days. Like, I didn't know how to just not get high like that. I just didn't know how to not get high. And when I figured that out, to just not pick up, even though stuff was shitty, then stuff started getting better. But when I was in 20, I started using when I was 13. So I feel like for a long time I was just stuck in that, I was just like a child in my, I had no sense of reality really. I had no sense of how the actual world functions. My grandma or people always babied me, or I always they always, I could go there and stay or go there and get something to eat. I was never really left on my own, that much to where I always had someone to fall back on, and for a while that I felt like that did enable me, which I guess it would anybody. And then slowly, you know, like over the years, just like the heartache that I'd caused them, like not even wanting to come around, like show my face around my own family, like missing holidays because I was too embarrassed about the way I looked and being all strung out and just missing like just so many years of even being present like in my own life. And I just always was looking for a way to escape because I just didn't know how to sit with myself. I was just so uncomfortable with myself as like me as a person, like, because I never wanted to face any of these hard feelings, like the abandonment, the resentments, all that stuff. Like I just wanted to stuff it. Like I'm real good at that. I'm real good at just like stuffing stuff and then it all will come out one day, you know?
Yeah. We do everything we can to avoid reality, right? We want to continue to live in this false ass world of nothingness, so that way we don't feel like we're being seen or heard, and nobody's paying attention to what we're really doing. When realistically, they see it all.
Yeah,
They see it all, guys. They see it all. You know, and then it's tough. It's tough being an addict and being stuck inside yourself and not knowing where to go.
Yeah.
So when was like one of the first times like you started to realize like, you know, my life's kind of fucked up?
Yeah.
You know, because like I know for me, multiple rehab stints, like I would say fucked up. I would use other people I was in rehab with to justify myself. I mean, like, okay, they're fucked up. I'm not that bad. But, you know?
No, yeah. I've done that a lot. Well, when I really just knew, let me see. Okay, when I was in like real heavy meth use, like that was when I discovered meth, I let everything else go. Like when I found meth, like when I shot meth for the first time, I had already like pretty much weaned myself off of Suboxones by then. But when I did that the first time, nothing else. I did nothing. I didn't even smoke weed, nothing. It was that. And all my teeth had rotted out. I had let my friend shave my hair. Like I just was looking crazy. And I remember my grandma had came to pick me up and she was like, Lacey, who did that to your hair? Go get them right now. And I was like, and I just thought
Grandma was about to smack somebody down and fuck your hair up.
This was like I always used to, like, I just think back about like time, like, cause that's not me. Like I'm picturing myself now, like what I looked like. And like, I just always would tell myself, like, I know that this is not it. I would always remind myself, like, I know you're going through it right now, girl, but like, this is not it. Like, don't give up. Your life will not be like this forever. I used to always tell myself that because I knew that I was, you know, that my life was worth more. I just never knew how to get there, you know? And so like, it was probably like 2016 when I was really heavy into meth that I was like, yeah. But still, it took a long time for me to, and I really wouldn't have even went to treatment. If I wouldn't have been pregnant with my son, I can't sit here and tell you that I would have went to treatment when I did. So
where did you go to treatment when you was pregnant with your son?
I went to Stepping Stones. It's a part of TC, the counseling center.
Yeah. You got to keep your son in there, right? Mm-hmm. After you had your son, did you get to keep him?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a really great program. You know, I even was gonna go, you know, there once or twice, and I probably should have, you know, but you know, I didn't, and you know, and I have an amazing life now, you know, and I'm trying to rebuild relationships back with my children, but it can be hard. It can be hard.
Yeah.
So you're in Stepping Stones. You have your son. Postpartum kicks in for you.
Yeah.
Oh
What
yeah.
does that look?
So, okay, I was miserable. I think I had like whatever pregnancy part postpartum or whatever it would be called. Like the whole time I was pregnant, I felt just really bad. And then like I still wasn't even like I guess living the cleanest because I was getting prescribed Suboxone through the doctor there, and every day I would cheek him and snort him every single day. I would cheek him and snort him the whole time I was an inpatient. So I was like, I had him on August 11th, 2022, and it was 2 weeks after I had him. They wanted me to be done with Suboxone. So I had this 2-week-old baby, and I was withdrawing from Suboxone.
Oh,
It wasn't a high milligram, but like still my body was withdrawing. Plus I had just gave birth. So it sent me into, I didn't want anything to do with my baby. Like I did take care of him because like I just knew that if I needed to take care of his basic needs, but I didn't want to like cuddle him, like, oh, this is my baby. He's like, it wasn't like that at all. I would take care of his basic needs. And then like on the inside, I'm just like crawling out of my skin. Like I wanted to I was miserable. And I felt like, after I had came out, like the withdrawals from the Suboxones had stopped, I still was just like depressed. I didn't have any energy. I didn't want to be around people. I didn't want to talk to anybody. And then all these girls in transitional with me were talking about snorting Wellbutrin, and they get you high. So, so I tried one, and hey, it did. It did exactly what they said it was going to do. And I was like, wow. Yeah, it burns really bad. It gels up in your nose too. And it's nasty. So, I just like for the first time, like I'm in rehab. I can't do anything else. Like this is like, I know that I don't want to like go back to where I was. I know that I can't with this little baby. I have nowhere to take him. So I just need to ride this out. But if this is going to get me a buzz and I am not going to get in trouble for it, why not? So I quickly became addicted to snorting Wellbutrin. And it got really, really bad. Like, I mean, it's kind of embarrassing to think about it, but it got really bad. But it also showed me that like my addiction is ruthless. Like I can't. So I was like, I remember the first time, like I had got them from some of the other girls in transitional. I didn't have a prescription myself. So it got to the point where I had lied to my mom. I knew my mom got them, but I also knew that she didn't really take them. So I had lied to her and told her that I had forgot when my son had got RSV. He had to go to Children's Hospital. And she was going to come up there, and I said, hey, I forgot my Wellbutrin at home. Can you bring me a couple years? And she brought me her whole script. She's like, oh, I don't take these. And her not thinking, like, what the heck is she going to do with these? And I was in the bathroom at Children's Hospital snorting them. Like, and I just was so, like, just felt so low. And I never, at the time, didn't realize that it was postpartum depression until afterwards, about, I don't know, it was probably like 4 months. And then one day, these girls had this bottle of Blue Rise. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's like a pre-workout thing. It's like it's liquid meth. And it is. Yeah, no, it is. And, I tried some, and I was like, I think my depression is gone. I was like, no, I'm serious. I was like, I think it's a mood enhancer. I was like, I think I think my postpartum depression is gone. And I knew that that's what had been going on. And, but so then I started drinking Blue Rise and like, I mean, it's like liquid meth. It's like really strong. They banned it at TCC, you're not allowed to drink that. And actually, in a lot of rehabs down here, you're probably not allowed to.
Yeah, because I think it's about a rehab.
Yeah.
We have motherfuckers snorting it and then going to the gym. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you got on Blue Rise. What happened after that?
Well, then I got in trouble for snorting the Wellbutrin. So one of the other girls, like I didn't think they test, or at least I didn't think they looked for that kind of stuff, but someone else got in trouble for it. So then they started checking everyone's pee, and then my counselor's like, Lacey, have you been doing Wellbutrin too? And I was like, yes. So then I was on like a behavior contract or whatever. So I was like, okay, I really need to stop. But that's when I realized that I couldn't, because I was going in my one of the girls' apartments, because no one locked their doors up there. It was like just where's it gated in couple apartment complexes. So I was sneaking in her apartment when she would leave to go to group, because we had group at different times. I was sneaking in her apartment to steal her Wellbutrin. And I'm like, okay, so I'm like, I really need to stop. And at this point, this is when I had like really like been like turning towards God. Like I always knew there was a God. I never grew up in church. I've never like been into the Bible or anything, but I've always been like really spiritual, and I've always known that there was a higher power up there, and I know that mine is God. And I just never had like that real deep connection, until now. But so I was like leaning more towards that, and I was like, I'm like praying to God, like I cannot stop. Like this is hard. Like it may sound crazy, and I don't even know how to talk to people about it because it's mental health medication. And then I just also at the same time didn't want to get in trouble, and I was trying to figure out the problem on my own before they had stepped in again, and I couldn't. So when I went because they drug tested me, and before the send off came back, I just went in and I was like, hey, this is what's going on. So I ended up going, that was real humbling, going back, because I had been in transitional for like, I don't know, probably like 6 or 7 months. I was in there 9 altogether, in transitional 9 months altogether. But so I'd been in there for like 6 months, and we would go to group with all the inpatient girls. So like they're all seeing me like going back to inpatient for snorting mental health medication. Like that was really humbling. Like it really gave me a new perspective. It was, because it just showed the seriousness of where your addiction can take you. And mine, it was willing to go there. And so that was a really humbling experience. Like knowing that I can't even, because I had went and was going to try to get prescribed them one time, and then they didn't do it, and I went back and I was like, I told them that I can't have them because I'll be snorting them, and that was a lie. I was mad they wouldn't give them to me. I was like, yeah, I said I'll probably be snorting them if they give them to me anyways, and that was a lie because I wanted to then, but I was doing it. So it just was really humbling. Like even something like that can really be I can take it too far. And then it took me freaking 6 months to get my nose unclogged, because that stuff would gel up in your nose. I couldn't breathe right for
yeah.
And the whole time it would be I'd be doing it and I'd be like, why am I doing this? I can't even breathe. And I'm like, well, just
do it again. Yeah. It's insane. It's freaking insane. What we do to ourselves. You know what I mean? You do hot rails and meth, and it's like the inside of your nose would just be literally burn off, and you're just like, yeah, let's do another one. Yeah, it's crazy.
Blood clots. Yeah.
It's coughing up blood, the next thing but yeah, and not to interrupt you or anything, but even in a county jail, I remember girls snorting Tylenol and coffee.
Oh yeah, I did that one time.
Right. So because you're like, man, this is gonna help, and it's just the
sensation.
Just the thought of it, and it helping you. So it's just insane, how like addiction takes control of you and just makes you believe anything.
Yeah, mine was Seroquel.
Seroquel.
Yeah, I'd snort the fuck out of Seroquel.
Oh, see, one time I had went. My mom was living in Columbus. I had went to her house to try to withdraw off Suboxone, and she gave me a Seroquel, and it did it was horrible. It had me up with kicking my legs, way worse. It was bad. It did not put me to sleep. No, it didn't. It was like
a half hour to get to wherever I wanted to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going down.
I was going down. All right, so you went back to inpatient, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So what was that like? I know you said it was humbling, but
it was.
Was you in
I went back, so they just made me do like a 30-day stabilization. And then while I was in there, I had already applied for like government housing, because that's what a lot of, I knew I couldn't go home and I wanted to stay down here. So that's just what a lot of girls that I had known in the program had done, applied for housing. And then I already got my letter that I got the apartment while I was in inpatient. So I just went back to transitional to wait on it. So I did like a 30-day stabilization back in inpatient.
So during your stabilization, like, were you asking yourself, like, what am I missing?
Or what can I do differently?
Not at first, because the first day or two that I was back there, I did we were doing the same things. One of my friends had actually relapsed and was back in inpatient. So she's like, I got some Wellbutrin. I was like, okay.
Oh, God.
I'm like, all right. She's like, here, go to the bathroom. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, what am I doing? That, and then after 2 times of that, maybe 3, then I was like, okay, you got an issue, girl. Like, you have to figure it out. Something's going on. Something is going on. So I'm like, and I was drinking that blue rice too, so I couldn't sleep. So I was like up one night and I was like, I don't know what is going on. Like, I'm like, I don't know, like what, I don't know. I don't know what I need. Like, I don't know. And then I was like, I had just talked to God. Like, that was the thing I was missing. Like, that was it for me. I've never been like a meeting person. Like, meetings wasn't really that much. It was never my thing. I know it works for a lot of people. This was like, I didn't even know who I was, I didn't know who I was as a person, but I knew that something was missing. And like, along with finding myself, for me, that was God.
God. Sometimes you stay mad at God. A lot of people do. I got real mad at God, my addiction, because it was like, why isn't he helping me? Like, why is he always present in other people's lives? Or, why did he take my son? Or why did he put me in these abusive relationships? Blah, 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 blah. But it took me a really long time to realize that it wasn't why God, it's why you, Kim. You know what I mean? Why you? But I feel that with the relationship with God, because having a relationship with something greater than yourself, regardless of what your beliefs are, it's humbling to have that relationship with something.
Yeah,
it helps me anyway.
It helps a lot. It helps a lot. Yes, it does.
After I found forgiveness, it did. Like 6 years old, I got an extreme resentment towards God. Like, why did you take my dad and let me live, and then you take my grandpa, and then it continues to deepen.
Yeah.
And then it's always, why is this happening? Why did this happen? Well, some shit I'm not meant to understand. The other parts for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, but like now, over my whole life, there's no reason I'm still alive. You know what I mean? Suicide attempts, overdoses. There's absolutely no explanation. I'm here besides God.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So you found God, right?
I did. Mm-hmm.
So do you have a church, or do you just?
No, it's just me. It's really, this journey has just been like, I'm finding out who I was. Because when I first moved to my apartment, me and my son's father, we lived here together, and I always knew like I didn't really want to be with him, but that's just what was going on right then. You know, he came down here to go to treatment, but kept relapsing the whole time. So anyways, I just was going to be like a stay-at-home mom for a while, and then he was working and doing whatever, but he could not stay clean, which was, I'm not saying that it's perfect, but it was perfect for the situation, because I needed my house and with just me and my child, so I could figure out who like I was as a person, as a mother. And just like when everything else was stripped away from me, I could just isolate myself, not isolation, but like I isolated myself so I could heal and grow. And I kind of so he hasn't lived here for like a year and a half. Well, it was probably like a year and a half. And then because it was very toxic, like I was miserable. Obviously he was miserable, but that's just, the hand that we was dealt at the time. Like that's just what was going on. And he just kept getting high. And like I said, I'm not going to say like I wouldn't wish that on anybody, but it gave me a reason to have him leave. I can't have that around like a legitimate reason, not just like I can't stand you can't be here, like I need you to leave because I can't have my child and myself around this. Like there was multiple times where I found, like I got out of the shower one day and I walked into my bedroom and just found an open bag of meth on the floor, and I wasn't triggered at all, like not to use, like more mad that like it, something like that was in my house around my child. Like, so like that, it just gave me good reasoning to be able to, because I already knew that had to end, like that we had to part ways, because I just had a lot of work to do on myself, and I knew that I just wanted to give myself a fair chance, and I couldn't do that with anybody around. So I kicked him out, and then ever since then, I mean, I'm not gonna say that that's the only reason, but that helped. It gave me time to be with myself and really dig deep and find out who I was when it was just me and my son, and figure out what I wanted to do with my life. So I started school. At first I was going for a bachelor's of science in social work, and then it changed. I told you. So I was late registering, and then they had criminal justice marked down, and I just rolled with it so we could, we hurried up the process so I could get enrolled on time. So, which is kind of perfect. I mean, stuff like that really happens all the time for me. Just stuff so now, a juvenile probation officer is what I'm interested in right now. It can always change, but that is where I'm leaning towards right now.
Aww.
What's your motivation wanting to work with juveniles?
I just want, if I can do this, anyone can. That's really it. If I can fucking do this, anybody can. And
I think that maybe for me, if it was me in your position anyway, it would be, I think if somebody was there for me at that age, you want to be there, you know, and Tequila, she's in that position, criminal justice too. And I feel like that's where it should start, because listen, we don't know how to process that shit when we're young, right? We don't know our brains don't know how to process that stuff. So then when we first get that, in that situation, or maybe we grow up around it, I did, we don't, we don't know how to process it. To us, that's normal. We grow up around it. That's what it is. And I grew up thinking like, yeah, it's okay, but I was trying to run from it. You know what I mean? But I turned into everything that I was running from. You know.
Right.
So, but I think that if you do it, like you're gonna help some child not go down that same path.
Yeah.
Because your story is, they're gonna be like, what, really? You know what I mean? Like, you did that? What? You know, and being able to share your lived experience with people helps everybody anyway. Like it just, I think that's where it starts. And I think that it would be an amazing job and it would be fulfilling and it would be, I don't know, it just would touch me. So I think you'll have to definitely keep in touch with me about how your journey goes with it, because I definitely, you know what I mean? Definitely want to know. So can you describe what your life is like, what it looks like today?
Today, I am present in my own life, in my own mind. I could be a mom today. One day I'll work on my relationship with my older son and trying to get that relationship back. But for now, I'm just going with the flow, you know. I am in my second year of my bachelor's degree, so there's that. I'm in the first healthy relationship I've ever been in my life.
What's up here?
Really good.
Really we're good. The first healthy relationship ever in life. So, yeah.
Listen,
really
I've
good.
researched that shit.
Yeah.
I really did.
I just got a car last week. I just got a car last week. I've never had it. I don't have my license yet. My boyfriend has his license, but I'm still, that's a work, but I've never had a car before. That's
good though. So what's it going to take for you to get your driver's license?
I just got to pay off a couple things. So. No, I've never had them, so that's a plus. I'm just present in my life today. I'm proud of the person that I'm growing into. I have, a few good friends and some neighbors and just a few close relationships that, I hold dear to my heart these days. And I'm just consciously aware of everything that's going on in my life. So it's nice. There's a peace. I found this peace when I really figured out who I was and what I wanted to do and like really what kind of person I am on the inside. And like with the help, that's like with God, all things are possible. And I know that like if I can do this, anybody can. So
yeah, for sure.
So you got over 20 years of chaos in your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
What does it feel like now to have peace?
Oh, that's a good question.
Sometimes I don't, like, I'm still like, is something going to happen? Like, like, I'm just still like in survival mode sometimes. Like, I have to learn to unclench my jaw a lot. But it just feels nice. It feels like, I don't really like sweat this. I'm always like, it's not a big deal, like nothing, like I'm just rolling with them through the motions today. Like I'm just like trying to take my time and enjoy the moment, so.
Yeah. Cause
it's nice though. It's like really comforting. The peace is really comforting, but still sometimes I'm like, oh, it's too good. Like, what's
to be true?
Like, what is going to happen? And then I'm like, as long as I feel like as long as I just keep trying to do the next right thing and like keep my side of the street clean, that stuff isn't going to happen like that. Like, there's always going to be little things coming up, but like, I feel like I can finally like let that down. Like, nothing, I don't have to be on guard all the time, but it's hard to break that. It's really hard to break that.
Something I found that like works for me personally, because like now it's not the type of chaos that addiction brought. It's just like real life shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's bills, kids, like whatever it is. Like one of the things that helps me is I tell myself like this is everything you prayed for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is gold-plated problems compared to what life used to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that all the time. Like, this is like just even like sitting on my couch, like in a place that nobody can kick me out of unless I stop paying the rent, like, which I don't plan to do. Like, this is my space. I've made a home.
Yes.
I've maintained a home for like, this is the first time I've done any of this stuff. And I
You're
just know,
adulting.
yeah. And like, I just have worked really hard to like try to keep it together. And it's happened like kind of not, it hasn't been that hard of a thing to do because it's just like, I feel like now, like, I'm taking care of the things in my life. So I feel like I'm deserving of them. So I feel like
Ooh.
taking care of them that everything will be okay. Like, before I could never have like a nice phone because I was always dropping it and because I was always fucked up and I didn't deserve any, like, I don't know. Like, I take care of the things in my life today.
I said I was always selling mine. It's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I couldn't have anything nice because I was selling it.
People was always robbing me blind, girl.
Yes, I know, right? And then,
Yeah,
you probably was in the Portsmouth area, so I know what that's like. You know what I'm saying? I told that story a couple times. I go down there and buy crack from the corner. You didn't even know these people. You just pull up to the corner. You know what I'm saying? God, that was crazy. Crazy. And you didn't even know where you were getting. You probably got waxed. I think I did get waxed once.
I got a rock. Someone gave me a little pebble one time. And
yeah, I believe that. But that was normal. That was the normal.
Yeah.
We did that shit.
It hurts saying that. It just took me back. I remember putting everything I had into trying to crush this motherfucker. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah. Insane.
Oh.
But your life today is good, right?
yeah.
Looking back, what advice would you give someone who feels stuck in addiction right now?
Just reach out. Someone cares. Like, there's always you may not think it, but someone cares and someone loves you. They want to see you do good. And I know everyone says you can like force them to go to rehab and no one will quit until they actually want to. Like, but I just feel like if you could just reach out, just take that first step, it's show up for yourself. There's a much better life out there. I promise.
Show up for yourself.
Even if you don't want to, even if you're like, I do not want to do this today. That's what I kept doing. I'm like, I do not want to do this today. I do not want to be here. I just kept showing up. And then like after a while, the urge to use and the cravings to use kind of just went away. And then I was like, okay, if I just keep that up, if I just don't use, like today is shitty. Today I feel horrible. I went through really bad postpartum depression, but I just said, do not use, do not get high, do not go back out there, do not get just keep showing up for yourself.
Well, thank you.
That's the one thing I never did before. I just would always just go get high. It was like, just try to not, even if you have to fake all the other stuff and put a smile on your face and not tell people what you're dealing with all this postpartum. Even if you have to just stay quiet, just don't use.
Just don't pick up. You're doing something good if you just don't pick up.
Yeah.
And I think that, but I want everybody to realize that just because you get sober doesn't mean that your struggles end.
Sure.
They don't. If anything, they just begin. Because shit just is real.
Yeah.
And it stays real. You know what I mean? Because that reality that we built for ourselves comes crumbling down around us 10 times fold. And then everything that we were running from eventually is right there on top of us.
Yes.
And
fuck our lives up overnight. We won't fix it overnight.
there you go.
Yes.
That's where the reality sets in that like we really do have to be gentle with ourselves. We have to be patient.
Yes.
Yeah.
And every problem has a solution, guys.
Yes.
It does. Some kipology for that ass. Just saying. If you ever watch these, you'd be super proud of me right now. Just saying. I just kipology everybody's ass. It's fine. But
I feel like I know the man, but I've never met him.
he's one of the smartest people I've ever met, to be honest with you. And even though, like, you know, he said everything all over and over and over in different ways, it stuck.
I get Kip quotes all the time, and she's like, Kip said that.
Kipology. Yeah. But you know, but thank you for sharing your journey with us and your story. And it's gonna inspire somebody. I know it is. You know, we're gonna upload your episode to our podcast on YouTube. So there it's gonna be there. We're gonna make you a shirt with one of your quotes that we picked from your Matt's already sent it to me. So
Okay.
yeah.
What's your favorite color?
Orange.
Ooh,
Different. I like
orange. She said it's orange. But honestly, like, you know, you got 20 years, you know, in active addiction. You got, you know, 4. You're getting your bachelor's. You're doing all the things.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna struggle still, girl. You're gonna still struggle, and you know what? You just keep doing the next best and right thing for yourself. Stay away from California, by the way. Great.
Well,
inside joke. That's fine.
okay.
But stay away from California.
I will.
Let's not get in different time zones. You know what I'm saying? That's great. But no, your journey is inspiring. And listen, you seriously have to stay in touch with me, and you have to
Yes,
let me
I definitely
know
will.
how everything goes with, you know, working with children and just all of that. Because I want to watch your journey as you are watching your journey. I want to see this because
definitely.
I'm just intrigued, and I appreciate you. If you think you didn't inspire anybody, you inspired me tonight. So, you know, keep being you. Don't stop being you. Your laugh is contagious. I love it because I love laughing. I'm on
Me too.
And thank you for allowing us to, you know, be in your journey. You know.
Yeah, thank you guys. I had a good time.
Aww. All right, Lacey, everybody, and join us Wednesday with Miss Kelly. You ain't gonna want to miss it.
7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Yeah.
7 p.m. this Wednesday with Kelly. I'm pretty sure it's. I'm not gonna say her last name because I don't want to say it wrong. So we'll just say Kelly. I think you can.
Yeah.
She was so worried about the senior kid, but thank you. We appreciate you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You have a great night, and thank you for
You
sharing
too.
with us.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye. All right, everybody, Wednesday, and I will upload her shirt. Like the shirt. I call her Kelly, and but join us Wednesday with Kelly. And I'll get her name right Wednesday when I ask her how to pronounce it correctly, guys. So don't judge me. And Thomas, I do want to say, he does not need to blink twice. Just saying.
Yeah. I fucking love this
Don't
shit.
forget, I know where Athens is.
Yeah.
He said blink twice. Blink twice. What'd you say? Blink twice if you need help, Matt. Oh, if he needs help from anything, it's from eating all that bread I be making.
Listen. For real though, you be needing the fuck out of it.
No, I don't. The freaking mixer needs the fuck out of it.
You be on swole patrol. Tuck and fold.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's not regular bread, guys. Don't. And if you want to,
What?
if you want to.
If you want a sourdough?
No, if you want to stretch and fold your other dough, I'm just gonna throw it in the stand mixer.
Yeah, poor thing.
Okay, join us. Join us Wednesday, Miss Kelly, and we will see everybody then. Okay, bye.